Let's talk some Alabama recruiting because Bama has a chance to make a statement this weekend, and I'm not talking about just by beating SEC rival LSU. They also have a chance to win over some top recruits. We got Bama Online insider Tim Watts here. We're going to talk a little five-star recruiting with him. But before we do that, Bama fans, do me a favor. Hit subscribe to the best recruiting channel on all of YouTube, the Rivals Recruits channel, of course. All right. Let's bring in Bama Online's Tim Watts, and we're going to get to some of these 2027 headliners that are on campus. But first, there's an official visitor, wide receiver Samson Gash. He's coming in from Detroit. As I said, Alabama bringing him in on an OV. So how big of a priority is Gash?
I mean, to bring an official visitor in this late, I think he's definitely a priority. And one of the things you can be sure that he's a guy, and not by priority, I mean, Bama wants to get to know him. They haven't seen him since the summer. They did offer him. And this is a guy with like a 10-4, 100 meter. That's going to stand out to the Alabama staff who looks for size, looks for speed. He fits in there. So I think this is more of a follow-up to everything they had this summer from the offer. They had commitment, so kind of got full. So they bring him in, get to know him, see how he fits with the room. But obviously a really big visit for both sides. He's committed to Michigan State, but he's got some speed that Alabama likes.
All right, so I mentioned that the five stars are on campus. Most of them are committed to Alabama already. How big is it to see this group of five-star commits on campus almost every weekend in Tuscaloosa?
They've been extremely consistent. Jaira Edwards, it's his first time coming in a while. He lives in Baltimore, plays for St. Francis. His schedule's a little bit different, but Jordan Edmonds, Sedarian Morgan, Xavier Griffin have all five stars have been there consistently. Xavier Crowell should be in that five-star discussion. He's been a regular one, too, after reclassifying.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So let's move to this group of 2027s. Tim, who are the headliners that you're keeping an eye on?
I think Elijah Haven's the main one right out of the gate. He's a quarterback. He's ranked the #1 composite quarterback in the nation, top 30 overall. He's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They already have a quarterback commitment, but now there's a coaching change, so that dynamics could change a good bit. We'll see how that shakes out when they get a coach. But he's a guy that came a couple of weeks ago, got a lot of positive feedback from his visit.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Wiltfong, Andrew Bone, myself, we all had really strong vibes that he really loved Alabama. Sam Spiegelman as well. So it wasn't just one source, it was several. But big name coming in. They already have Trent Seaborn committed, the local kid from Thompson High School. He's a four-star guy. But they're aware they might take two quarterbacks, so there's not a surprise there.
Right. And Elijah Haven out of Baton Rouge was trending heavily, not to LSU, but to the Gators. Steve Wiltfong was on this channel earlier this season saying that he thought Elijah Haven was maybe going to commit to UF earlier in the season, but the stuff with Billy Napier started happening. Obviously, he's out, and now it seems like Bama is the one trending for the Baton Rouge standout. And I'm looking at some of these 2027 names on campus, and it looks like Alabama is trying to capitalize on an LSU team that is limping in with no head coach, and Bama's bringing in all the top prospects from the state of Louisiana. You mentioned #1 quarterback Elijah Haven. Well, #1 offensive lineman Albert Simeon's going to also be on campus. He's out of that state. #1 tight end Ahmad Hudson. #1 edge Zyron Forstall, also going to be in Tuscaloosa, all from Louisiana. Tim, obviously, they're trying to get traction with some of these top guys. Who stands out to you that you think Bama could come out of the weekend looking really good for? Inside Scoop listeners, let's talk Whataburger. As you know, we are the proud presenters of the Whataburger Tailgate Tour. They've been making their way across the country, and if you're ever out at a game and you see that truck, make sure to drop by during your tailgate. Get ready to bring home the W early with a hot, fresh Whataburger in hand. And, no matter who comes out on top, when you take your team to Whataburger, you'll feel like a winner with food made fresh and hot every time, 24/7. We'll see you at the game, and we'll see you at Whataburger.
Well, I think one thing to factor in is they are playing LSU, and a lot of these visits were scheduled before the coaching change. I mean, there's kids from Louisiana. Sure. They do a good job of keeping them home. This has always been an extremely popular game. Back to Tim Tebow, Alabama LSU's always been a popular game because of the rivalry. But yeah, they're bringing in some guys. I mean, I think with the LSU the players from the state of Louisiana, there's a big hold on what happens with their coaching search. I mean, do they get a guy they like? Do they get a guy that relates to them? How, and again, it's 27, so it's not too late in the process, like 2026, to get to know some of these guys. So I think Haven is the biggest name right now. But again, I just think a lot of this has a lot of variables to it. There's just a lot of unknowns, but it's good getting them on campus. Alabama, Courtney Morgan does a great job of hosting players. Kalen DeBoer, they do a great job, know how to party with these kids, so to speak, and they get them on campus. The parents have a good time. The players have a good time. So that definitely that's a good first step.
All right. Well, it's going to be a fun weekend in Tuscaloosa regardless. A lot of recruiting going on. Bama Online is your place to go all weekend. Constant updates. I love it. Tim Watts, we will probably bring you in on Sunday to talk about not only a big Bama win, but also what the Tide did in recruiting. Appreciate you stopping by today on the Inside Scoop.